Turn 86, we've got another raid near Taramu. We'll be well set up for that by the time that arrives. That's probably okay. It'll be a little bit unfortunate if it turns up at the same time as Moose does, but wow, this city might just be falling to raiders then. God, and I'm probably not going to finish this onager. I don't know, actually, we only need just over 5 training. But even if the city survives, we might not have 5 training by the time these people have finished hitting it. So yeah, whether I finish this onager or not, I'm not sure. What's this city? It's 11. He's doing. If these people stay where they are, he's doing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, sketch. All right. Very sketch indeed. Okay, let's get another onager here. It's not really where I want to be, but I guess behind the city on a hill is actually not a bad place to be, and behind a river as well, so that's pretty good. We've got, yeah, we did draw another civilian raider in here, but we can bombard him with the onager, attack, and take the kill with the leader, which is good. Bit more XP for the leader. We might even draw another raider in here. This is probably better, to be honest, at the moment. Now we have the time to deal with them. Drawing them in one by one this way is reasonable to heal this guy up. Right, we should look at the events, really. We could get Christianity or Judaism opinion. Jews are pretty happy and no one is Jewish. Christianity is reasonably happy as well. No, you should probably follow the state religion, I suppose. Yeah, we can't get anyone to convert, unfortunately. It's become extravagant. Fine. Now, what leader do I want next? This is actually quite an important decision. So, I don't hate the Zealot that we've got at the moment. Obviously, Moose has made very good use of a hero, so I'd quite like a hero as well. Probably tactics, just to give us a choice of martial archetypes, would be the best bet. That's going to be the most relevant for this late stage in the game here. Let's just have a quick look at Moose. He's got 10 cities, he's about to have 11. We're down to 8 and we're about to be down to 7. So we're definitely losing on cities. We've got more laws active. He's catching up, he's up to 5 laws now. He's got professional army. Eek. Right, so professional army means he's got mana. So he can be building conscripts now. And he's potentially on his way to Bodkin and then even Infantry Square. So Infantry Square will be the big problem for me because they're going to... His pikes are going to counter my my cavalry. And the bulk of my strength is cavalry now. So I definitely want to be able to make a nice counter-attack before he gets there. But I haven't seen any archers yet, or a free ballista come to that. So hopefully he doesn't have composite bow. In fact, I haven't seen any spears either, so he might not have any phalanx. But yes, both spears and conscripts are going to be also a smaller problem for me for cavalry. But yeah. I mean, fair play on his part. Right, okay. What else do we need to look at? So we've got some new tile conversions. Yeah, Madu's getting absolutely destroyed. So in fact, actually, yeah, Moose could probably take this if he wanted to. I imagine he may well do that. This, I think it's still going to be another year, so I don't think he's getting that this turn. It's going to be the turn after. Warrior out here. Let's get another onager. Just need to build some more units now. This is, yep, just about finished repairing. It'll be completely repaired next turn. So I'd like to get some more specialists, but I can't really afford to spend food at this stage in the game. 11 Turk worker is absolutely awful. So, do we build an onager here? It's too far away, really, I think. Unless, of course, Moose comes up here. Moose might just come up past the Sibians and Big Hecker, which would be bad for me. So maybe I ought to consider that as a possibility. So I guess I would like an onager here, but I don't have the resources. So maybe we'll just cancel for a term. See what we could do next term. Alright. We're actually, yeah, the economy's starting to get a little bit better. We've got people. Let's get him on that Christian monastery. We've got people, our workers are doing stuff. So, yeah, we'll be able to actually use more orders for rushing now. So that's one of the benefits of not being in the active war stage and having orthodoxy, is that we can definitely crank some units out. Right, okay, what does this guy want to be doing? We tempted to get this lumber mill up now. We can get it in before he turns up. 4 turns. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get there before his army turns up. No, I don't think we want to do that. Too dangerous. A fort out here might be interesting. A fort is probably a better option. Because we do need to defend this. Would have to buy some stone again. We can't afford the money for it. Okay, maybe we won't do that. Yes, not many options when you're as poor as I am. It's yeah, almost cities. This city here is just losing so much money. Discontent and upset family. It's not helping there. Unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do opinion-wise at the moment. We really need this guy to die. 76 is unfortunate that he's living this long. Do we want another mine? If so, I'm probably going to have to cut some trees for it. So I guess I'd do that. Oh, this guy's on his way over here, right? So we could... Yeah, no, we just need to get him in there doing that. Someone must be able to cut some trees. Not him. Maybe this guy? Really like him to be doing something as well. Oh, we could chop some scrub. Don't need that scrub there. That's one improvement. That gets us another mine here. I don't think there's any urban improvements we desperately want. No, let's keep working on a mine. Anyone else who could chop? I suppose we could head up this way. Grab this ruin. Oh wow, we're getting our mission. Capture 5 foreign cities, 3 heated bars, 3... Okay, it's just not going to happen. Oh, we got an upgrade on our leader, I guess. Prosperous is something. That's some more money in all of our cities. Herbalist is good for the war stage of the game. Heckler's really good for fighting as well. What does Prosperous look like? 322. I guess that's another 100 gold a turn. As much as I'd like that, I feel like an actual promotion that's going to help us in combat is going to be good. So let's take Heckler. I'd like to have more money, but I just can't really deal with that at the moment. Right, so we've got enough wood for one more improvement. We can get some pretty good farms going here. Get an 11 food farm here. That's much more valuable than a hamlet. So 11 food we can sell for 60 gold, as opposed to a hamlet which get us 20 gold a turn. So yeah, we're always going to want that at the moment. And then this guy, ooh, we could get a, oh, of course we've got a Delver Governor, so actually quarries are quite valuable here. So let's come down here and build the 9 stone quarry. And the worker here is going to do something. What is he going to do? Good question. Maybe just another quarry down here. 6 stone quarry. Stone is quite valuable to me. I want more onagers. Alright, so that doesn't leave as many orders for rushing as I was hoping it was going to, frankly. Got Jewish Disciple here. What's he doing? Did I just build him? I'm not sure what this Jewish Disciple is doing now. We don't need to convert anyone. We don't have the resources for building buildings with him. He could come and sit on one of these and give me a point of science. I suppose that's fine. Then what else? I guess we'll rush the horseman next turn, so he's ready to start building a mounted lance at the turn after, which is something we're going to need to watch out for, because I don't know that we're going to have enough resources to do it. We certainly don't want to spend any more wood if we can avoid it at all. So warriors there. I suppose we ought to get him coming forwards. Come fortify him on this garrison. And then onager. Right, these people can sleep. I'm happy with them where they are. I might want to think about taking promotion actually. Shrapnel's always fun for an onager. And bloodthirsty, it's always great because of the splash damage from another onager. It means this one's generally going to be hitting damaged units if he attacks afterwards. So we've got one order left. We could take a promotion on the chariot. It's maybe okay. Yeah, fierce to deal with infantry units feels pretty good. And then the question then becomes, do we want to rush anyone else with training? I might want to save them for rushing out rushing out mounted lancers when we get the abilities to do them. I feel like we're reasonably solid for defence here. Couple of warriors and 3 onagers, and chariot is, not amazing, but it's certainly something. Alright, let's call that a turn then. Turn 87, we've got the goods boost. Sure, okay. Let's just have a quick look what else is happening. So Maru got attacked a few times, so we did get the onager out, but too slow to actually be of any use. The question is, unfortunately, of course, the Mushi's units have moved in here, so blocking off his retreat. So the question then becomes, if we run this onager all the way around here, is there really any chance of getting out? And we can definitely get away from Moose. I think there's a reasonable chance we can save this onager. I think it's probably worth the orders and the training to do that. Do a force march here. Potentially these guys could come up. But I guess the raiders will probably attack Moose anyway. So Madu is gone. I guess we'll take a repair, but he won't be mine by next turn anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, he's gone as far as he can. And what else has happened? We've sold 60 food, but we're still building up some food, so that's good. Got some attacks here which we need to deal with. But let's have a quick look at this event first. Maybe we'll get some extra opinion or something useful. Alright, Queen Dowager could become endeared to me. She's the head of Judaism, which we don't care about enough to pay for, I don't think. Actually, hang on a minute. No. Yeah, we still wouldn't be able to get her into her being able to convert people, and she's 71, so sure. So we take a risk on her opinion and get some charm, some civics, some charisma, or we get some legitimacy and some courage. I think that's just better. Let's just do that. It's very nice. Right, okay, so we didn't get any opinion boost, but fine. Let's blast him. Take an attack on him. Route through this guy. Might as well, I guess, take a promotion on him. Fine. cracking through these civilians. So this city is lost, but we knew that was happening anyway. We've got a good defensive line getting set up here. We want to now rush this horseman so we can start. We've got a good choice of resources that we can rush with here. So we might need to just think about that for a minute. Apparently we're on all these techs. So we're still trying to work on cohorts and martial code. How close are we to either of those things? Martial code's way up here. We need coinage for. Coinage might actually be quite useful at this point because we desperately need more money. Money boost and some markets could be helpful. And then on the cohorts line we need scholarship and battle line. Might be quite nice to get some maces, which we'd need steel for. I tell you what would be really nice would be ballistas, which is hydraulics, which we need to get phalanx and composite bow for, so that's not happening anytime soon. Yeah, we're only 100 science, and martial code is a 1,000 science tech, cohorts is 1,600. So actually this is a very long way away. Maybe we ought to just abandon our mission. I don't know what I was thinking, that I could actually achieve that with 100 science a turn. Our science has changed dramatically recently, has it? No, it's only been going up. But yeah, just those two techs themselves with our current tech rate for 26 turns, and we still need to get a long way to get there. Given that we're 42 already, the chances of us finishing that in his lifetime I think are very slim, and probably even as a legacy that's quite overly ambitious. So yeah, I might just give that up now. We're not going to do it. We lose the legitimate. It does put him into angry. Alright, maybe I won't do that this turn. We ought to think about doing that soon. Right, so if we decide actually we're not going to focus on that, because it's not happening, what do we want? Apparently I want mana for some reason. I'm not quite sure why I've taken mana as something to focus. 2 longbowmen certainly wouldn't hurt. Otherwise, I'm not too excited about any of those things. Let's just get rid of that. Right, that takes away all our targeted techs. Okay. And phalanx. Yeah, why do I want phalanx? He doesn't have any cavalry. No, not that. Okay. So now my choices are portcullis. Get us a spy master, might be quite nice. Moats certainly wouldn't hurt. Onager. I do want hydraulics. And yeah, getting 2 windlass would be very nice. I mean, I do kind of still want to get to martial code, because Holy War... actually, hang on a minute. Holy War is hurrying units with money. I don't have any money. But coinage could help with that. Alternatively, we could get steel and go to battle line and get macemen. Oh, we will still need phalanx if we want to get macemen now. Or land con gets us groves, which help a bit with the science. Maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. So I think this is fairly safe now. He will struggle to push into this city by the time we've set up a few more onagers in it. It's got a nice death ball going here. So I think actually we maybe ought to be thinking a bit longer term rather than immediately worrying about things right now. I think coinage will help me, right? Trouble is my cities aren't making an awful lot of money. So yeah, none of my cities are actually making money, so coinage is not super helpful to me. Portcullis would get me a bit more science and let me see what he's doing. That's certainly something. Lancon gets us groves, right? How many grove resources do we have available? Cities, not many, I think. Do we have any at all? Don't see any. So yeah, Blancon's not super exciting for that. There's an internet way down here. We will potentially get some more spawning. Gets us elephants and camels, but I think more cavalry is not what we need. We've got to assume he's going to be tacking to pikemen at some point, in which case all our cavalry is mostly useless. So I think, yeah, getting to macemen is probably the best play at this point. Let's get steel. Alright, that took a while to decide. Apologies for the slowness in that. I think it's an important decision. Council completed here. We've actually got some choices now, which is good. Economy's pulled out of the cracker a little bit. An apprentice monk is something. Horseman is something else as well. Again, I don't want to be spending too much food. We're spending the goods boost has certainly helped. What did we? Oh, we didn't spend anything last turn. Right. How much? 337. 100 food. If we sold most of our food income, then a horse. Yeah, that would be a problem for us. Let's get an onager up here. And rush out this guy here. We'll use... I think we're going to use orders for that. Let's just see what other things we're doing with orders first. So, do we want a farm here? That's a 7.5 food farm. It's maybe okay. Sure. Need to heal this worker. Maybe think about granaries at some point. Which is something I'm terrible at building. I just never actually do it. A granary there would be worth 7.5 food. See, it's not even that good, really. Granary here, on the other hand, would be worth... Oh, of course, none of these farms are built at the moment. Maybe it's worth building a granary. Let's get a food farm, a farm in here, and we can think about perhaps getting a granary up here. Got a rider worker here who can... what is he doing? Get half an order off the camels, expense of losing a little bit of income. Can we get... Right, what wonders are available, I suppose? We can't immediately afford very much, but Apadana would have been nice to reduce my outgoings. Oracle would be quite good to get free agent network in all holy cities. We could even almost afford that if we stop building military units. Yeah, Oracle and Portcullis would be a pretty good combo actually. But I'm not sure we're doing that right now. I think we are still very much in get as much resources as possible mode. Are there any good farm spots down here? It's not super terrible. It's a 9 food farm. Sure. One more worker here can come and build a quarry here, or even a lumber mill. Lumber is an issue. I think we're going to get a lumber mill here. Oh no, it's the wrong family. Need to come back this way. Again, half an order here, a 7 food farm, 8.5 food farm there. That's quite a nice farm spot actually. Yeah, just keep getting more food up. So selling food is not going to keep us going forever. I assume the price of food is coming down. Let's have a look at resource prices. The price of food is still going up despite the fact that we're selling a fair amount of it. So I guess Moosey is still buying. So yeah, I think continuing to invest in food is a good deal. These people are happy where they are. The chariots we could upgrade to a horse. Don't think we're going to just yet though. It's Onager's fine where he is. Let's give him a Highlander upgrade. Be very useful. Assume we can actually still hurry with orders now, so I think I will, because that's a nice way to use up my remaining orders. To just check, I suppose we can't afford to shoot to the prince. Zealot can't really do any missions that we care about. Governors. Ooh, he's not a terrible governor, but no, I think we'll use the orders, save our other resources, and take one more step out towards the civilians just to keep an eye on them. I suppose at some point we could potentially settle the city, but I don't think we want to do that until we are a bit more confident in recapturing this city. This is of course Champion's city that he settled it as, so he gets 50% extra city defense, which means that it's going to be a pain in the arse to take back, but yeah, okay. Send it back. Turn 88. We've got a rebel horse archer, just what we needed. Chancellor's died in office. Okay. Chance to push things around a bit. That's my opinion we do need to sort out, but otherwise we're not looking too bad. Second in line, we've got a tactics student, so now I guess the question is, we definitely want a martial archetype, but the question is what? Politics gets us the option for a hero, philosophy gets us a tactician or zealot, commerce gets us a commander or a schemer. I'm not super excited about commander or schemer, so it's probably politics or philosophy. Question is, do we want a hero or a tactician zealot? I think might be quite fun to get a hero, if at all possible. We've got an earthquake, which sucks. We can conspire with a bit of paganism. That sounds really nice. We lose legitimacy and get unhappiness and all that. It's awful. Otherwise we can slight him and take a minus 100 opinion hit with all our families. But I guess we just can't do that. We just can't take a minus 100 opinion hit with all our families right now. So it's really unfortunate, but I think that's what we're doing. This is going to hurt. But yeah, it does make people a lot happier. Ugh. Yuck. Alright, we are never going to build 4 wonders, or at least not for a while at this rate. 10 old specialists. No, none of these things we can reasonably do. Okay, Chancellor's died, so we need to think about that. And yeah, look at all this damage. Earthquakes, man, they suck. Now we've got 6 pillaged improvements. Okay, Moose has taken Madu, fine. This Onager took 1 attack, but it is still going. Can we rush him? Probably. It's a good question where we want to actually put him. If we just move him up a couple of tiles, we can get him out of Vandal raiding range. That'd be really good. We can completely. Oh wow, and this guy's gonna be a pain as well, isn't he? Put a horseman here. A horse, right. What we could do then, I suppose, is get the horse and the chariot out to deal with this guy. And then if we rush him up, that ought to keep him fairly safe. We can maybe even unlimber him to try and get the kill next turn. Alright, well, we've beaten a retreat. It's fine. We've got a road for him to come straight up to here, but he is taking the bait of taking Madu first, which is going to slow him down, which is definitely what I would prefer him to be doing right now. Just take a kill with the leader. Yeah, it's a little bit tempting to come and take out the Sibian side, especially while he's off dealing with Madhu. Maybe that is what we ought to be doing. I don't know, he's got a bastion, it's quite hard to take out. No, I don't think I'm going to. Get a chariot down here and healed. Yeah, we've got an awful lot we need to be doing now. Right, so we can get a... Tell me we can... No, we can't get anything out because our pasture's been pillaged. At least the citadel hasn't, I suppose. Something, so we need to heal that. Now we can build a mounted lancer. We can't rush him out this turn, sadly, but hopefully next turn we'll be able to rush out our first mounted lancer. Be nice. Actually, he's still stronger and naive. That's not changed. We've got a horse archer here we need to deal with, which I'm not really in a position to do, unfortunately. Do you want to spend the time getting an onager out to bombard him? I suppose I ought to, really. Maybe I'll just rush one of these guys and do it like that. 9 orders feels reasonable as a cost, but maybe we ought to be... Definitely ought to be repairing some of this stuff, really. So I guess we'll use the orders for that. This monastery with the apprentice monk, I definitely want to get fixed, which means I'm going to have to move him out of the way, which is irritating. And yeah, any more yield producing buildings is the priority to get fixed next. So quarry mine Odeon. Alright, well that might have to be next turn then. Not sure what I'm doing with my last 2 orders. Still can't afford to tutor. Can maybe get a governor in somewhere. We could get a lore up, epics or exploration. Nope, neither of those are super relevant I think at the moment for me. I don't suppose any of our families love that, do they? Hunters like exploration, heroes like epics. Nope, not relevant to me. Okay, so take a couple more heals, I suppose. Jewish disciple here. We could establish dualism and get some science. That actually seems pretty good right now. 16 science term. Don't mind that. Oh, free lord tolerance. No, we want to be rushing with orthodoxy. Take a Jewish opinion hit. Alright, fine. Jewish disciple built here. I suppose we'll get another onager on the go. Do we even want to do that? Do we want to spend the time now? I think I'd rather have a fisher. More food. I would like to get someone over here to deal with this guy, but I just don't know whom. Could reasonably do that. We could rush an onager with training out of uni to do that. And then maybe we'll order rush a mounted lancer out of here next turn, which will take a lot of orders. So am I better saving the training? Maybe. Yeah, I probably am. Let's take some heals on these guys. Need to make sure these people are not dying. In fact, actually, maybe even the worker healing is more important because these people are probably going to idle heal before that becomes too relevant. Well, we could even build a camp for half an order. I guess. Sure, we'll do that. Super excited about it, but yeah, send it back. Turn 89. We've got steel. Vandals have converted to Judaism. No, act cautious with me. Judaism's gone to pleased. Okay, don't really care, which is great. What else is happening on the map? Scythians have finally calmed down for a bit, which is great. We've got the rebel horse archer over here, so we'll need to send people to deal with that. We're losing 60 a turn due to debts. And we've got some people down here. Ah, that's fine, I guess. Now, the question is how we optimally deal with this. Bull Moose looks to be happy with what he's captured for the moment. He isn't immediately advancing, so that's great. So, how can we deal with our problems here? Do I want to just kill this guy? I think the answer is yes, probably, as long as I don't get killed. Which looks like I won't. These guys can't fire, so I guess it's down to these two. So this guy can come up and take an attack. He won't die, so that's fine. I would imagine he can't quite get there, but he can come and heal, and then he can finish him off next turn, so that's perfect. Happy enough to leave an onager there. Oh, wow, we're going to get a cavalry right up in our face again immediately. So maybe I just... We can't stand in the forest. Yeah, I guess that's fine. We can just bombard him with the onager. Not a big problem. Alright, let's have a look at the events then. Good news. Prince Akhenaten can get a wisdom, or he can become affable. Take a point of wisdom. My science is okay, but it's not really great in 89, to be honest. Duchess become eloquent, fine, that's good. Oligarch owes me a favour if we promise to make him the Jewish patriarch. Wow, he's 79 years old. He's head of the family. He doesn't really like me. I've got a feeling the Jewish patriarch does like me. Well, at least a little bit. Yeah, I mean, he would owe me a favour, so it does get me an immediate boost to the Sage's family, which I need. So yeah, alright, fair enough. Honestly hope you never become the patriarch. I guess if you do, you won't be one for long. Whatever old you are, 79. That should be fine though. Right, now these guys can do 5 damage each. I'm very much hoping another one doesn't pop out here and kill my guy. It's probably worth trying to make a truce with some of these people. Like the Vandals actually quite like me. Let's just ask for a truce. Maybe we can get a peace deal with these people. And yeah, getting one of the tribes at least off our back would definitely be useful. Looks like we're going for phalanx. I don't think my priorities have massively changed since next turn, so that sounds good. Can we get a mounted lancer out? I'd love to. It's 28 orders. That is pretty much all my orders. I probably ought to work on my economy a bit, seeing as I have quite a lot of pillage stuff as well. So fine, we'll not rush this term, at least not a mounted lancer. Right, what do we need? So food price is still going up, so more food is still worthwhile wherever we can get a good deal on it. We're actually looking fairly healthy for other resources. Bit more wood is probably okay. So in fact, if we get this guy onto the wood, that will give him good protection against this Sibian. We can get a lumber mill going there. Let's take a heal on this militia just to make sure he stays alive. And I suppose we'll take another lumber mill here. Then this is a good quarry area, but we've kind of quarried all the best spots. Oh, that's quite a nice, both a granary and a lumber mill, in fact. What are we looking at there? 8 wood or 9 food just from a farm, or 12 food from a granary. I think I'd rather have the wood because I am quite short on, well, I'm not quite sure, but I don't have enough to keep spamming out as many mounted lancers as I'd like to. Can we get a nice governor in here? Not anyone who's going to help our training. Okay. Right, oh no, he could heal, but I guess it makes sense to just repair some stuff first as well. Repair the Odeon, quarry. And see, we've got some workers here. What else is police? Literally just this mine now. Getting that repaired too would also be good. But order intended to get all the way down there to do it this turn. I think it's probably worth it though. So a lot less food we have to sell. I don't care about healing the Jewish guy, although you can go stand on the monastery for a point of science. Doesn't look like we're going to be doing any order rushing this turn. Let's just see. If we order rushed an onager here, that would cost us 6. Is that good? Maybe. We could even onager rush, take 7 turns off this for 8 orders. That was. Let's do that. And then we've got 2 orders left. Onager here. Yeah, he can idle heal, that's fine. The scouts are fine where they are. And let's just get the workers healing up. The ones that need to. Well, there's 2 of them. A bit short there, but that's okay. That's fine. So now we are. We're still ahead of Musi in science, although he's stronger. He's got great relations with the Scythians. We've got 7 laws. We're working on our first mounted lance. We can't quite get it out this turn, but hopefully we can rush that next turn. Another onager popping out here, so we're building up a nice protective shell of onagers here. We'll get this guy up next turn as well. I think, yeah, both of these people will need to fall back from the Vandals, and we can even try and hope for a truce in a couple of turns at least. We might not have to fight them right now anyway. And yeah, let's send that one back. Turn 90, we've got a raid near Wissett from the Vandals. See what else we can see. We've sold 54 food, but it's starting to build up nicely. That's looking good. We've got attacked by the Scythian here, and a couple of attacks by the onagers that spread it out across the other people, and the Jericho got attacked. Right, that's fine. Next on the Musi, I really should get a scout somewhere a bit closer, maybe this one down to have a look. I think that would be a good idea. Let's do that now before we forget and run out of orders. See what we can see. It looks like he's happily sitting in the forts there. Doesn't look like he's in any rush to come and press the attack any further, but we'll see what happens when Madu finishes capturing, I suppose. Right, these people are all backing off and healing. Yeah, looks like we should be fine. If I just back the horse off first. Well, tell you what, actually, before we do that, let's get this guy killed. The leader as well. Get a new cogman, that's very nice. And let's take an attack on this guy, and I suppose just... Can I afford to... Yeah, I can afford to take an attack with the militia. And then we can kill this guy next turn if he doesn't move. Which will be good. And yeah. So, right. First thing first. Back the horse up, I think, first. We can see how far these people are going to be able to get, which is actually quite a long way. So can I afford to just put him here? Or is that going to potentially get him killed? Is the question. Not sure I love my odds there. I might need to rush him. Or just put someone else in the way, I suppose. It's another option. Let's see what happens. We put him here and heal. Leaves him at 12 HP. The Vandal comes right up. He's only doing 5, 9. Right, okay, it's fine. He's gonna live. That's not a problem then. Yeah, and then these 2 onagers here can come bombard. And the horse can help out as well. Yeah, we'll be able to deal with that easily enough. Good. Right, let's have a look at the events then. Disgrace to God, eh? Replacing the matriarch. Well, we can just drop the plans, but the oligarch will become disappointed. We could make the matriarch vengeful, which doesn't sound great. And the queen consort become estranged. Oh, it's a lot of negative opinion. I mean, the 80-year-old becoming disappointed is perhaps not so bad. Oh, we're going to lose opinion with her anyway. Oh, gosh. Right, okay. Let's move on from that. Time moves on. Governor is no longer a rising star. Sure, fine. 80 civics to make him disappointed. Probably alright with that. We'll lose a little bit of stat and get a point of unhappiness per turn, but I think that's probably worth it for the 80 civics, given that he's probably going to be around for too much longer. Oh, what's going on here? Matriarch holds faith and we get 18 orders. Wow, that's a lot of orders. Probably do some good rushing with that. 240 civics isn't terrible either, but yeah, I think I like getting 18 orders. I don't like this, and we have no other options to get around it. So, do I want to make the matriarch vengeful? I guess the answer to that is probably not. Judaism would then be annoyed, so we'd start getting dissent everywhere. Or we can make this 80-year-old, so make the sages angry, so we'll start getting rebels in the sage cities as well. Hopefully that guy will die. We're losing opinion with our wife anyway. So yeah, I guess we're doing that. Sure, it's not great, but sure. As I keep saying, he is 80, so fine. Alright, we've got 48 orders. We've got a warriors completed here. That's not particularly helpful, but fine. We might even just take a break from pumping out military units to actually build something more useful here. I would love a stonecutter, and I would love a farmer. Yeah, get a 10 food farmer there, sounds great. We need to keep working on our economy. Is actually starting to look a little bit healthier now. We haven't got anything pillaged anymore. We could shoot it, but we don't have money for it, and I don't think it's a particularly high priority. More stats on my leader would be okay, but yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Plenty of orders. Do we want to rush out a Lancer? I think the answer is probably yes. For 25 orders, I'll take a mounted Lancer right now. It's absolutely fine. We've got this onager here. Let's get him in position. He can also help bombard the Vandals. If I put him... yeah, fine. If I put him on that urban tile there. Nope, not there. That's not where I wanted him. There is where I wanted him, unlimber. He'll take... oh, actually, he does take quite a bit more damage when he's unlimbered. Well, let's risk it. I guess he won't die at least. What else do we want to do? Building an onager here, a fisher up here, onager for 10 years up here. Rush him for 11 orders? No, let's use our remaining orders to actually get something done. And I'm not super worried about this place either. Maybe another onager would be quite good. Let's just see what happened with the workers. What do we need the workers to be doing? Bull Moose is strong and naive, 5 laws, 11 cities. He is got his hero leader. She's 65 and doomed. Right, the hero's going. Who's the next guy? A zealot. Siege zealot. Okay, well, I'm not sure that's necessarily better, but at least we won't have to deal with any more launch offensives in our near future. So that's good news. Very good news. Okay, so yeah, we're looking alright actually on resources for the moment. We could even think about maybe building a wonder, which we haven't dealt with at all. We don't have, yeah, cohorts martial code is an ambition which I think is still probably too far off to be very practical, but maybe. I'm not even working on it at the moment. We've got 107 science turn, yeah, which doesn't feel great. I'd love to get more science. I'd love to get a Chancellor in. If we can get a Sage Chancellor in, that would be very helpful. Oh, the 80-year-old oligarch is an option, but Seti the Younger is probably a better option. Yeah. That's great. They're up to +1 opinion, right? That's fine. When this guy dies, we'll be a lot better off, hopefully. Reasonable opinion with these people. I might want to influence my ambassador. Or, yes, impart stewardship. That would be a good thing to do. The governor of Iuni is getting on a bit now. If we can impart stewardship to someone else, that'd be really good. Where else is producing a good bit of food? Hut. He's not bad. We've got a governor in there who's Governor Josa. So yeah, if we can make him a steward, that would be very helpful. So let's do that. That's 100 civics and 2 orders. Get a huge amount more food coming out, which again all helps the economy sing along quite nicely. Yeah, I do want to try and increase my science output. So how am I going to do that is the question. We've got the state religion of Judaism. We've got both a Jewish and a Christian monastery up in here. We don't have any Zoro or Mani cities, so we can't do anything there. We've got Jewish and Christian monastery here, and a Jewish monastery here. I don't see the Christian monastery. Do we not have a Christian monastery? We do not. That would be very good to get in. That's another 4 science right there, at least. This guy's undamaged, so he's the best bet, and he can get down there as well. Perfect. Right, so where do we want a monastery? There's not any really good spots. I guess if we pop it here, maybe we can increase our borders a little bit. Seems fine. Do that. Right, that's great. What else? So Judaism, we don't really want either of the top level theologies, or at least not right now, not for 600 civics. It's a bit too expensive. Yeah, let's just get some more work going on. So we still don't have horses in the capital, sadly. We have horses in Akitaten. We might just leave that for horsemen, I suppose, and build the mounted lancers out of Taramu. But it would be good to get a barracks in here, so we can build horsemen faster. We will need to heal these people first before they can actually do any building. This guy could come and build a barracks, I suspect. Seems good. Build a barracks. You're not building a barracks. There we go. Alright, so we are still running out of orders this turn by the looks of it. Let's get some more money and culture and we're set. The culture are 11, but the money helps. And that is our turn. That's all our orders gone. Might have been nicer to get a few more workers built, but definitely having at least... We need to get a few mounted lancers. We need to catch up. We're still weaker than Bull Moose in strength, so catching up with them would be very handy. We can afford to upgrade our chariots to horses, so we probably ought to be doing that soon as well. I'd like to be ready when he arrives en masse. We've got 4 onagers here, another one popping out in 2 turns, another one up here in 3, so that's looking not too bad. Yeah, let's call that a turn.